You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Folks, the playoff season is here, and the only thing better than the game day predictions are the foods that come with them. Introducing Tums Fantasy Football Pool, brought to you by Tums, America's #1 antacid brand, and DraftKings. Each week leading up to the big game, turn football into foodball by building your best game day plate for a shot at winning a share of $40,000 in cash prizes. Inspired by game day bites and tailgate treats, join the Tums Foodball action during this playoff season's most heartburn-inducing times. Visit DraftKings.com/TumsFoodball between January 6th and February 9th to enter for free and select your game day plate before the start of each playoff round. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See terms at DraftKings.com/TumsFoodball. When you feel the heat of the game, don't let the heartburn keep you on the sidelines. Try Tums Chewy Bites with a tasty outer shell and soft center for fast relief of heartburn, acid indigestion, and upset stomach. Check out Tums Gummy Bites, featuring a soft and easy-to-chew format for fast relief of occasional heartburn, acid indigestion, sour stomach, and upset stomach. Both available at Amazon, Target, and other major retailers nationwide. And for more heartburn relief fun, be sure to follow Tums at Tums Official on Instagram and TikTok.
You know that sound. It's the sound of money hitting your Venmo account, a friend paying you back, or maybe it's getting cash back from your favorite business when you pay with the Venmo debit card, or it's realizing you can pay with Venmo at checkout at thousands of brands. Now, there are so many more ways to answer the question, what's your Venmo? Download Venmo today. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh Cashback terms apply.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugatz Podcast.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugatz is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
I do want to play the game of people in sports who look like they would just dominate a Renaissance festival. I do want to play that game here.
In honor of Nick?
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's walking around with a turkey leg for sure.
What about new Jags coach Liam Cohen?
Yeah.
I think he would crush one.
Yes.
Super eager.
What about Chris Cody?
Oh,
that's
excellent.
not terrible.
That's good.
Good.
Not terrible.
That is the voice, disembodied voice of Nick Wright. I will say before he came on, I don't like what's happening, not on this show and not in America, to Nick Wright. Somebody I admire his gift. I admire his grift. He is somebody who is really doing this job well. And when he sat down, you spit.
Yes.
Sad room. And then said of Nick Wright, you said punchable face.
Well, he does.
Punchable face.
Right, he has one.
And I think this is happening now to you, Nick, and I think you enjoy it, but I think it's dangerous where you have my producers in the other room, people who should not have opinions about these things, are listening to you talk about the Chiefs, and they're getting very mad at who you are.
Yeah, losers and whiners. Sorry, guys. And you said sad room. We're doing a renovation here, pal.
Right.
I apologize.
Okay.
We're getting it all together. And I have to, I'm trying to be ready for these media appearances, but I also, work smarter, not harder. Do we want to fill up the wall when obviously in 10 days we're going to have more Champs newspapers to hang? So let's leave the space empty.
Right.
And so we can prepare for that. So here's the deal. Everyone's been wrong. I've been right. And now they're whiny babies calling the manager saying, it's unfair, guys. And they should be mortified. And Dan, as someone who cares about the health of sports media, you should carry this torch with me, because we are all being led down this path. Once upon a time, we were the tastemakers. We dictated the conversation. Now, disembodied fake people like Dove Kleiman and ML Football dictate the conversation, and lazy charlatans with seven-figure jobs are like, well, the internet's talking about it. It must be the story. And so instead of recognizing we are watching the greatest run by the greatest team in the greatest league in the history of professional football, we are talking about Clete Blakeman. We are talking about Will Anderson, we knew it. Man, I'm old enough to remember crying about the refs after the game was loser behavior, not universally applauded. Someone finally said it. And here's the other thing, brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Gambling's legal now, America. If the games are rigged, I hope you've made a fortune, because all the idiots, this is their Twitter timeline. It's rigged for ratings. I'll never watch again. It's rigged for the Chiefs. Can't wait till the Eagles beat them. Those seem like contradictory thoughts to me.
I love your rage. I love your passion. I also find it really amusing that you would fight the internet on sports debate has gotten kind of cruel, and we eviscerate people when they're the third best instead of the best. And what you've got is the best, and people are discrediting the best, and the emotional fan in you is pissed off on behalf of this is the culture you created, Nick.
I created.
You were in the middle of it, and you're responsible for elevating the flames on this entire game.
Oh, okay. Nonsense. So here's nonsense. I'm not a crusher. I am an elevator. You said for years, what was the thing I was known for? I didn't say somebody sucked. I said somebody's the greatest. My hottest take ever that I was known for is this guy's awesome.
Well,
and somehow that was controversial.
Well, but Stugatz, do you know what that is?
He's not doing it well.
But do you know what that take is, Stugatz? Because Stugatz would fall on the other side of this, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole here, but Nick Wright thinks LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, listen, no, I get it. I understand that there is some nostalgia and some sentimentality involved in Michael Jordan, and it's never going to move. I get it. I don't even actually care to have that argument, because that argument has been won and the cement is dry on it, and people are going to look back and be like, I can't believe that was a debate. That's not even the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is this. I do think sports media actually, Dan, we have overcorrected, okay? So once upon a time, back in the day, before my time, before talk sports and stuff, it was just columnists. Some of that stuff was outright cruel, and guys were really eviscerated. They were either heroes or the worst villains. I don't need to give you a history lesson of all people. You know the history of sports media. And then my generation, the millennials, got a foothold, and it was, hey, let's add some nuance. Hey, quarterback wins. That's not really a thing. Let's be smarter. And that was all really good. And now we've gone too far. And now Justin Herbert can throw more interceptions in a playoff game than he did all season. And before any takes have been given, it is preemptive, premature defending of takes that haven't even happened. Whoa, let's not kill Justin Herbert. Lamar Jackson can win more MVPs than if Aaron Rodgers retires. Everyone else active in the NFL combined, and he can have 2 turnovers in the first half, and people will be like, guys, he came really close, though. He did. He came close. Josh Allen, 2 years in a row, can have the ball in his hands, down 3, with Mahomes on the sideline, nothing he can do. And those 2 years come away with 0 total points. And the first take topic is, do you feel bad for him? Guys, here's the deal. Everyone's always understood it. Almost every little boy in America growing up wanted to be a pro athlete one day. You know why? Dope job, super rich, women or people love you, fame, fortune, a lot of time off. One of the only downsides. You fail on the biggest stage, you're going to get criticized a bit more than the guy who's doing your taxes or working at UPS. Everyone understood it. Now the expectation is, can't we just appreciate they're all doing their best? Can't we? We got Orlovsky is so comfortable criticizing people in his current profession, sports media, and would never dare criticize people in his previous profession, NFL quarterbacks. We've gone too far. So if I have to add some balance to the universe, so be it.
That is such a great point on Orlovsky I hadn't considered.
Wait, but is Nick taking credit for nuance? I mean,
I just gave him credit for all hot takery. I just gave him credit for all of it, for being...
You want to stay on the Orlovsky point? I'm okay with it.
Yes.
Everyone likes Dan. I'm sure he's nice. But hey, man, keep that same it's so amazing. There's so much courage to criticize folks who do what he currently does. And it's said to Shannon on television, it's not my job to criticize a quarterback who is better than me. Huh? Really? Well, then I hope you have a lot of Will Levis topics coming because
what he's saying there, I had not noticed. And now that he mentions it, isn't very surprising because, of course, the athletes would come into the media space and then all of a sudden start bullying the media. Of course, Orlovsky's very popular. His information is very good, but
he's sharp, and everyone that I know that I don't know him, and everyone that I know that knows him adores him. He's a great dude, and the little snippets we get of his family life, he really seems like an awesome father and husband, great guy. There is to me if you're just going to be Mr. Positivity about everything, and I'm not saying that's Dan necessarily, so be it. But there is to me a hypocrisy of, there are some sacred cows here, but I will, but not that I'll stay away from. That's all. And as the kids say on Twitter, the noticers are noticing. And maybe I'm just noticing.
Well, one of the things I admire about you is I don't believe you have any sacred cows in this business. You're about telling people whatever it is that you think, and you're not too concerned with how any of that lands. You right now are enjoying the sports moment of a lifetime, right? That you have this team being this dominant, and you're insisting from coast to coast that people respect it properly while they're not. While the standard birth of we criticize everything, we blame everything is very gentle to Josh Allen, and now America's rooting against your team.
Yeah, and so listen, the thing you said on the front end, it is, I could not be more blessed than to be a kid from Kansas City somebody asked me yesterday, do I miss doing talk radio in Kansas City? And I said, in a kind of maybe more vulnerable than I should have been, I was like, well, I maybe have never been as happy as I was when I was doing talk radio in my hometown a dozen years ago, or at this point, 15 years ago, I guess. But the blessing of what the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes have given me personally is they have allowed essentially me to pursue my highest career ambitions while still just doing a local Kansas City talk show. Because I don't know if you watch a lot of First Things First, but there's a lot of Chiefs talk on it because they're the team. And so that is a huge blessing. The fact that before last season, I get the never a doubt tattoo, and then Patrick Mahomes, who almost never tweets, 60 minutes after winning Super Bowl MVP, sends his first tweet of the playoffs, and it's 3 words, never a doubt, with him holding the trophies. Yeah, that's one of the dopest things that could happen in a sports movie, much less in real life. And so I should be happier about those things. I am frustrated because the only thing this compares to, in my opinion, as far as this level of dominance over a 7-year stretch, is the Bulls in the 90s. And not only were the Bulls in the 90s universally beloved, they are retroactively still a sacred beloved. They are. You mention it to Stagats, and he gets, even though he's a Knicks fan, his eyes well up with emotion thinking about Bob Costas and John Tesh in the good old days.
Yep.
I mean too.
It was an honor to lose to that team. It was.
Yeah. And so, right. And now we are getting it in a sport where it shouldn't be able to exist. Single elimination, salary cap, all of it. And over the course of the year, it was a denial that was frustrating to me. And then the moment it became undeniable, it was a rigged game. And there are a lot of uncomfortable equivalent or similarities to the run-up to the 2020 presidential election. This guy has no chance. This guy is inept. This guy can't win. This is going to be a rout. I lost, it's rigged. And that's what I heard all year with the Chiefs. Fraudulent team. Getting lucky. Too many one-score games. Can't score more than 30. Can't blow anyone out. Rigged. Okay. Fine. You're just wrong.
This is a message from sponsor Intuit TurboTax. Taxes was dealing with piles of paperwork and frustrating forms, and then waiting and wondering and worrying if you were going to get any money back. Now Taxes is easily uploading your forms to a TurboTax expert who's matched to your unique tax situation, an expert who's backed by the latest technology, which cross-checks millions of data points for 100% accuracy. While they work on your taxes, you get real-time updates on their progress, and then you get the most money back, guaranteed. All while you go about your day. No stressing, no worrying, no waiting. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live full service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Dan Le Batard.
I don't like Smetty either.
Stugats.
Women stay home in the kitchen where they belong.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
Nick, I want to ask you, Mahomes, even though, you said people are accusing of being rigged or the rest are in the tank for him, I think the general consensus around Mahomes is excellent and damn it, I hate that he wins all the time, right? Would you agree that the opposition, they don't say he's not that good. They say
no, that
they say
yes, about him specific. Yes, him specifically. Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And so it reminds me of a lot of what people said about Jordan and a lot of what people said about Brady. But as try as I might to remember, I don't remember anyone saying that about LeBron. So my question to you isn't whether LeBron is or isn't. That's to me that
Sure.
can't be answered. But why is that? Why do you think LeBron never got that kind of fear/respect among the masses that those three names elicit?
Oh, well, I think that there was something that LeBron was working against as far as from the masses, that neither Brady nor Jordan had to work against, which is two diehard fan bases who were deeply invested in him not being considered as great as he was. Because you had Jordan fans and Kobe fans who it was a part of their individual identity that needed LeBron to not be LeBron. I don't think there was that I don't think Bird and Magic fans, I think they looked at it not like different eras, but like we had the 80s, this guy's having the 90s, and it was, to me, so universally accepted in the 90s. I mean, the guy, one of the reasons I hate the count the ring stuff is Jordan retired after 3 and they put on the statue, the greatest there ever was, the greatest there ever will be. But if 30 years ago, people were like, I don't care that Magic has 2 more rings and Russell has 8 more. This guy, and Kareem's got 3 more. This guy's better. And they were able to do that. Brady was able to be a juggernaut underdog, which is what made him so unique. And the other thing with Brady was that people have kind of changed, forgotten. Brady Manning was a legitimate and fair debate for 15 years. People say, oh my God, Patrick's doing to Josh what Tom did to Peyton. That's not true. Tom Brady beat Peyton Manning in the playoffs twice ever, and then lost their final 3 matchups. Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady in the playoffs is 3-2 Peyton. So the way that story went was, man, this kid is clutch. The defense is amazing. What a winner from 01 to 04. Then a decade of not winning, of coming close but not winning. Peyton finally got over the hump. Peyton finally got to another Super Bowl. Peyton goes to Denver, clips the Patriots in the playoffs. It's like, oh my goodness, this is flipping again back towards Peyton. And then there is the second Patriots run, 14, 16, 18. And then the cementing moment, Tom in 20 beating Patrick. And now he is 7. And now it's like, oh, he was always the greatest. So those were very different stories than the one Patrick is having right now.
I just imagine you've been talking like that for 4 straight days.
It's like an asylum.
It doesn't matter.
I feel like I'm in a prison.
Jesus Christ.
It's just
What are you talking about?
Chiefs talk.
Just shorten it up.
He's got every Chiefs opinion. He's
Peyton
right
Manning
about everything.
somehow.
You're all wrong.
I wanna ask you.
The
You
just haven't stopped talking.
Buy a ring light already so we
Terrible
can see you.
acoustics. Some sound effects.
I'm impressed by it.
Install lights.
Our audience, like 6 minutes ago, is like, "Oh my
my
God, it's a
cave.
speed bag to the face of
I almost
Chiefs
fell
talk."
asleep twice.
Echo.
Okay, I forgot to turn the light on. You could have told me beforehand, first of all.
Well,
There
now
you
it's an
go.
even more punchable face, and you know that you're leaning into all of this stuff. You're fighting America. You're enjoying the holy hell out of just the unbelievable stupidity of. They
Did the
went all-
Notre Dame fan say she almost fell asleep?
Yes.
Hold on a second here. Why? That was compelling.
So compelling. You
As
are
long
the
as you
reason
think it,
that
Nick.
people are saying the Chiefs dynasty is more annoying than the Patriots dynasty because they've just been listening to you do that rambling bit all season long, and
Rambling?
they're sick of it. They're sick of
Fact-laden.
it. Also, no
I'm
one's,
out here dropping
no one's
Peyton
making
Manning,
you guys
Tom
talk
Brady
about what the
playoff
internet
history.
trolls are talking. You can ignore the internet trolls that are setting the quote unquote internet discourse about all this
I
cheating.
can.
and
Can I
conspiracy
ignore
theories.
Adam Schefter and everyone else in the mainstream media? I
Yeah.
can't do that.
You just talk about this. Just talk about this for your whole show. You're probably doing it anyways.
Okay. All right. Jessica, I've always liked you from afar, but our relationship's now on the rocks. I always thought you were a really excellent addition to this team. I don't know why you're coming after me. I picked your stupid team to win the national championship, lost $2,600. Those frauds.
Who told
How about
you to
you don't
do
have
that?
a 17-play
Why would
drive
you do?
and
They
then
were like
use
8.5
everything else?
point underdogs. Why would you?
Yeah,
do
I
that?
know. Listen, big risk, big reward.
Oh my
That's what I'm
God.
saying. I'm not in these small gains. If I want small gains, I buy Nvidia. I guess that's probably a bad one this week. But in general, I'm a gambler. If you were like, oh, cash out, hedge your bets. I'm a god dog gambler, man.
Jessica, you speak for the audience. You
Yes.
speak for America.
Big for the America. I'm beloved.
Nick, I'm your biggest fan. You do not have a bigger fan of like doing everything right now in sports media exactly the right way, and I get genuine joy from getting to watch you live what we lived 2010 through 2014, which is, are you kidding me? The local team is going to be the best thing. Everyone in the country is going to want to fight with it, and I get to do a local sports radio show. You're probably doing your TV show, leaving, and you've got 1,000 other things that you wanted to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's
I
every
did
day.
a 90-minute podcast yesterday, and I didn't get to the Eagles game.
Oh boy.
I mean, yeah. So you're getting
We
the
all
bite-sized
believe you, by the
versions of
way.
it.
Are you okay?
I mean, yeah, I'm okay. Gosh darn it, man. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I was ready for a lot of I know the room. I know this crew, obviously. I've always felt deep down Amin probably doesn't like me. That was a nice softball LeBron question he threw me. I don't blame him for that. It's fine. I've had, Cody knows that he's my second favorite member of the Cody family, and I kind of made fun of him to start. And Mike Ryan's not there to defend me. But Jessica off the top rope for no reason, while I'm out here dropping knowledge, seems unnecessary. Where's Juju? Where's my guy?
Well, I will say that Jessica spoke for Billy. Billy didn't speak up.
Billy.
Yeah. Billy didn't
Fine
speak
guess
up.
for the Super Bowl right
Billy,
now,
did you
for being
agree with
perfectly
what
honest
Jessica
with you.
said, though?
Can I be honest with you, Nick? I
He's
like
not
you.
listening.
I like you. You're very nice. I met him when we did the live show in New York. He said, hi, Billy. He shook my hand. I was like, how the hell does this guy know who I was? It was a very pleasant exchange. I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
Well, why
It was
does it-
going
why-
on for a
why
while.
do- why does
You
this-
lost me, and then I was like, I really got to get.
Why
on
does
coaching for
this
next
show
week.
hate fact-laden, entertaining?
That's a great question,
content?
Dan.
See,
We hate long answers.
That's a
Dan.
great question.
Look at your
Why does
allies.
this show hate Bad that? ally,
Okay,
Nick.
you know what?
Bad
You're
allies.
right. You're so right. All of you are
At least
so
Nick
right.
gets a
So
penalty
Nick,
box.
we've got the punchable face.
Yeah,
You also, like, by the way, you're competing against Paul Rudd and the guy from Modern Family, Stone Street. Yeah, for being like the Chiefs fan. Like, you're already coming at this with a different disadvantage.
Stone Street, my friend. Is that what you just did?
He did.
Yeah, of course. What do you mean?
Nick, we're all just jealous.
Riggle?
We're all fans of other AFC teams that just keep losing to the Chiefs every year.
Who's
okay?
your AFC team,
I'm a
Jessica?
Steelers fan, and we are so far. We are so far.
God, and that's another one. Steelers legacy. Hey, at least they have the greatest 6-year stretch.
No one asked!
Football for another 10 days.
Still talking.
About to clip that one too. We're coming for everyone's records. You brought up Jordan. This is really going to stick it to Stugotz. Michael Jordan has been able to own. When you say three-peat, you think of Jordan.
Right.
That's got 10 more days, buddy. That's not going to be his anymore.
Right.
They're coming for everyone's records, everyone's hallowed ground. And you know what? I'm going to go even older school. Where's Greg Cody when you need him? Throw out the curse of the Bambino and the Babe Ruth trade. Nobody cares about this but me. Everyone's like, oh, poor Buffalo. Here's a pro tip, sports fans. Don't trade someone the greatest player ever. The Bills traded the Chiefs Mahomes, and now Mahomes kills them every year, and everyone cries for him. No one cried for the Red Sox in the 20s. Oh, Babe Ruth always beats us. You shouldn't have sold him so you could put on a play. That happened in football. The Bills had Tyrod Taylor and Nate Peterman, and they were like, let's run it back one more year, and they traded the Chiefs Patrick Mahomes. And now Mahomes sends them home every year. That's how sports are supposed to go. Fatal mistakes should be fatal. The right team is winning. And sorry, Bills fans, good people in Western New York, I get it, but you did this to yourselves.
I think of Riley when I think of three-peat. And by the way, Jordan did it not once, but twice. I mean, punt.
Yeah. Believe it or not, Stugotz, that was a fact that I had. I did know he did it twice. Quit in the middle, and is it really a three-peat if you get clipped in the middle by the Magic? But that season doesn't count, but we don't want to talk about that. No.
Why did you give like a shout out to the people of Western New York?
Well,
They're great. They're great fans.
The great people. No, he said the great people.
You have to do that.
Great people of Western New York.
If Greg Cody
I'll
were
be
here,
honest.
he would tell you still don't have a perfect season, though.
Punt.
Say, great. No, he's right. We don't have a perfect season.
Yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
He got your ass.
We're going in order. We're speed running everything. And, we've been on some side quests, and we'll get the perfect season at some point. This year, they could have done it. And they said, you know what? If we beat Buffalo in the regular season, probably a little harder to beat them in the playoffs. So they sacrificed what would have obviously been a perfect regular season to have a better chance at the three-peat. But in a future year, when they're not going for a historic championship, they'll go for the perfect season. But that'll come. That'll come. So, yeah. I'm not worried about that. I don't know if you have more questions.
And I do. I wanted to know if there were any other sacred cows that you wished to go after here before you get out of here. And I wanted to, through Stugotz, I don't know if Stugotz knows this, Nick Wright, because he's enjoying so much being public enemy number one as a Chiefs fan, making arguments on behalf of Chiefs fans. He has
number 3 behind Paul Rudd and Eric Stone Street.
Right. Is he number 3?
Well, and then if Wriggle's in there,
what
number 4.
What number are you?
Yeah.
What number are you?
Hold on. Can I make this something
What
very,
about Taylor
very
Swift?
clear?
That's number one.
So listen, Wriggle and Rudd and Stone Street, who I adore, again, good friends, good Kansas Cityans. They're from the Kansas side. That's what they are the number one Chiefs. If you say Chiefs fan, Family Feud style, and people are like, who gets the votes? Taylor wins. Number 2 is me.
Jason Sudeikis.
No, those guys are more famous than me, but they are not more associated with the Chiefs than me. Brad Pitt's a Chiefs fan. He's more famous than all of them. But again, some of those Family Feud answers would be, I don't know the guy's name. He's got a big nose and a punchable face.
The Fonz.
But that's me they're talking about. So that's
I'd go a step further though. I'd put you number one on voice for the team.
Rasheed Wallace.
Just being able to get like the feeling of regional pride that comes from being a fan on behalf of the team who will then make arguments on behalf of the team.
Are you saying this because we couldn't get the other ones on the show?
I'm promising you that those people don't get to support their team from the same place that Nick Wright gets to support this one.
No, if
Henry
you're
Cavill.
saying that I'm the Baghdad Bob of the Kansas City Chiefs, that's correct, except I'm on the right side of the war. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true.
Doesn't everyone think they're on the right side of the war, though? Like, it's hard to put
Yeah,
your
but
life on the
luckily-
line. If
Why would you
don't
fight on the
think-
wrong side?
Yeah, exactly right. Knowingly.
Yeah, but luckily in sports, Billy, there's an official scorecard, and the people on the right side get to hoist a trophy at the end of it.
Yeah, but
And
when you,
so
when you
it's a
revisit
little
history,
cleaner.
sometimes you realize things weren't as right as we thought they were.
Caitlin
All right,
Clark too.
Billy,
is more
I
famous.
listened to your Billy. You guys. Here's the thing. I listened 6 years ago when you gave a very off the cuff, eloquent Cuban history dissertation on sports radio. I know how erudite and learned you are, but don't come at me about being on the wrong side of this war because I'm not. I'm not.
He's also very recalcitrant, Nick.
Tech Nine.
We can use big words here too.
I know what that means.
Because I said erudite. I was trying to compliment Billy Gill. Jessica, we got. You know what? Dan knows this. I have a media rivals list. You're on it now.
Samantha.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
I want the entire
Jessica,
list.
media
Oh, no,
rival. She
Jessica.
had never been eligible because she's
Oh,
so much younger than me.
no.
But I'm now elevating her because this is an outrage.
No.
That's a compliment.
It sure is.
Mina's on
Media
it.
rival.
Pablo, it is. But wait a minute, you just promoted her.
Right,
Clay
no,
Thompson.
A huge promotion.
That's a promotion for Jessica. You just rewarded her by making her your rival. You're the one with the punchable face.
That's true, but it'll just make her all the more fun to vanquish.
Erudite. Am I on it now? I mean,
No. Listen, Stugans, you are living like sometimes people live lives and you're like, man, that path could have been mine. And every time I watch you, I'm like, man, if I just grew up in a different part of the country and suffered a minor head injury, that would have been the life I'm living. And
well, thank you, Nick.
no problem.
Hey, howdy, listener. Why don't you sit down here next to me? Let's have a fireside conversation in the winter. This is all theater of the mind anyways. If weather outside is a little chilly, let's warm up. Let's cozy up. Not just to each other, but also to that beautiful white can of Miller Lite. That's right, make these moments even better with Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer. A new year is a perfect time for friends, family, and great tasting light beer. Tastes like Miller time. You know, as the football games get bigger, everybody's talking about hosting parties. It's always difficult. Everyone's got an opinion. Why don't you just bring out a nice cooler of Miller Lights and make everybody happy? You could be on opposite sides of the big game, but you still know that you are brought together by Miller time. Miller Lite is a great unifier. Miller Lite is brewed for taste. It hits different than other light beers. The original light beer since 1975 and still the very best one. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Hey there, wellness warriors. If you're like me, you've given a lot of thought to how to improve your health and wellness routine this year. I've started stretching more, do a little mindfulness and meditation every day, try to clear my mind, make my body feel right. Take your health routine to the next level with the magic of contrast therapy. Meet our new amazing sponsor, Redwood Outdoors. They're making it easy to bring the benefits of saunas and cold plunges right to your backyard. A Redwood Outdoors backyard sauna seats 2 to 8 people, where you can relax, unwind, and enjoy all the benefits like reduced muscle tension, improved sleep, and glowing skin. And it doesn't stop there. Redwood Outdoors' invigorating cold plunge helps to boost circulation, sharpen your focus, and leave you feeling absolutely revitalized. Whether it's detoxing deeper, reducing inflammation, or connecting with loved ones in moments of peace, Redwood Outdoors has you covered. Enhance your physical and mental wellness routines with Redwood Outdoors. Take advantage of special savings today. Visit redwoodoutdoors.com, use code DAN to save $175. That's redwoodoutdoors.com, code DAN to save $175 on your order. redwoodoutdoors.com, code DAN.
Dan Batard.
Go pee-pee.
Stugats.
Go pee-pee.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugats.
Very happy for you, legitimately. But the question that I was asking you on the way out, because I don't know how Stugats feels about this, because he likes and respects our show, do you get hurt at all that he appears to give his Chiefs takes to Dan Patrick first and to Colin Cowherd first, and that we are the bronze medalist on his world tour of Listen to Me Yammer?
Yes, of course I'm upset by it. Nick, remember the people who got you to where it is that you're at right now. Now, you probably think you got there by yourself, but no, this show helped you, okay? This show helped you. We promoted it.
I don't think that's true at all.
We love you, and you got to stay loyal to the show. Nick, you got to stay loyal to this show. This show first.
Stugats, here's the thing. First of all, no one really, and Dan won't accept it, has any idea how much this show helped me, because I've told this story and I will tell it again. When I was auditioning for FS1 8 years ago, my first time on the air, I made a Cam Newton point oddly about the officials that Dan then referenced and played when you guys were with ESPN. It was remarkable, and I really think that helped me. So no. This show has helped me immensely. However, what Stugats does not know, because Stugats, I assume, was in a, somewhat drunken stupor, I did do this show first. I did it during the game. During the game, I came on this show. I broke all of my rules of no tweeting, no media during Chiefs games. And I got to tell you, when 90 minutes after doing the show, the Bills led for the first time all game.
How'd that feel?
I was furious. And I was on tilt, and I was blaming you guys.
Yes.
So I did your show.
I apologize. I just wasn't here.
That's fine. Fair point. And when you say a blame, though, then should we get credit? Because we're now taking credit for your things. So if you're...
of course.
Michael
You guys, here's a cool idea. Someone in that room, instead of rooting for losing football teams, root for the team that wins every Super Bowl. No one's going to be like, oh, you were a diehard Dolphins fan. That doesn't exist. No one will blame you. So feel free to jump on. Right now's the time, because right now they're so hated. Right now it's a cool pivot to be like, you know what? I like the Chiefs. I think everyone else is a bunch of whiny babies. We invite you, but that invitation expires 6 p.m. a week from Sunday, because post 3-peat, bandwagon closed.
Okay.
How do we let you know? Do we send you a text?
You
what
gotta
do
make
we do
your
here?
picks. He's put some stakes on these picks. We got to make some picks now. Stugats has picked against Kansas City the last couple of years. We don't allow him. We've forbidden him from talking about this team around here.
That's why I wasn't there for the game, Nick.
Nick, good seeing you, and congratulations. Thank you for the help. We'll talk to you soon.
Of course. Talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
And if you do want to go to this Super Bowl game, and man, it's going to be a doozy, download the Game Time app, create an account, use code Dan for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. What time is it? I'll answer it myself. It's game time.
Have you guys been thinking about people in sports who look like they would crush it at a Renaissance fair? Have you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen, is it Ren Fair on Max? That it's a confusing show in that at the start I couldn't tell whether they were actors or whether it was just unusual people, as you might find, that were addicted to the Renaissance fair. But we've got a look in mind here. I don't suspect we will have a lot of ethnicities at the Renaissance fair, right? This will be a pink Chris Cody type of experience. They will all look like the new coach of the Jags, Liam Cohen.
Ain't no brothers at the Renaissance Fair? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I think visually it's all the same game, right? It's all some form of, are you playing the game in the other room?
I think I just won the game. Oh. I did. And I don't even have to say it to anyone back here. I said it to myself. I looked at a picture of him. It's him. Creed Humphrey, the center for the Chiefs. I mean, you're not going to beat it. Don't even try.
It's pretty good.
I'm a damn good nomination, but not as good as Creed Humphrey.
Are we going across all sports or just football?
All sports.
We're doing all sports, and I do believe that the type, though, there's a thickness involved with the type.
Right. Some long hair helps, right?
An unkempt beard.
Like Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews is a little aggressive, although he might be jousting over there behind the tomato throws.
Right.
They have to look disheveled.
Does it have to be sports?
Why? What would you like to do? Why would you like? I'm giving you all
wants the rules,
of
Dan.
sports out as the playground, but you want to go off the board?
I was gonna say Jewel.
Who will save your soul? How about Mike Glennon? How about old long-necked Mike Glennon?
How about Enya?
Jewel's great.
The band?
The
actually.
band or just her?
I could
Just the
see
lead
Jewel.
singer?
I couldn't believe before the show, and this has happened the last couple of days, where for some reason I'm leaving Stugatz, and Stugatz is saying that's a good idea, and so whenever Stugatz is saying that, I like to trail where it is that's coming from. I usually catch the back end, and then I hear Billy talking about the idea of not divorces, but trial divorces. Like, obviously there's separations, but more formalized, that there should be a stop between marriage and separation and trial separation and divorce, that there's a stage here.
Trevor Lawrence.
I kind of feel like separations already are a lot more formal than they need to be.
Yeah.
Because like on forms, when you fill out forms, it says, are you married, single, divorced, or separated? I'm like, you're asking me if I'm having marital problems? Is that what this question is? Which is so weird. Why does the doctor care? Like, it doesn't matter, right? So,
That's why you're losing your hair.
I think
Stress.
it depends on like. I think it's also like a.
Whoa! That's what a hypothetical doctor would say. That's
Right.
not.
You're right.
Hypothetical person?
You're a good
Dr.
hypothetical
Eberflus,
doctor.
yeah.
Yes. Dr.
What's this cough? Dr. Eberflus asks.
Really? Amin was about to get started on something that was going to be legitimately good, and you guys just undercut him by going at his hairline.
I was yes-anding. No, I was playing the game of what the doctor, why the doctor would do
Role-playing,
that.
Dan.
No,
I mean,
but
it's
you
all-
said, did you not see what happened? Amin was about to get rolling.
Slinked away.
Amin was about to take flight. Like, he was so excited.
upset stomach, sore ankle. There's so many headaches, migraines.
Are you separated? Check. Yep. Sleep apnea.
You went straight for the hair.
I have never seen that happen in the history of our show, except when Amin did Ninja Warrior and started running and was about to take flight.
Which time?
That's a good point.
He was about to take flight. He had, I know my friend here. He was about to unspool a tapestry of complaints about why does this doctor need to know that I'm separated? This is none of his business. Like, he doesn't need to invade my marriage. You don't have to take that information too. And he was about to take flight. And then Chris Cody's just staring at his hairline. And I saw all of Amin's insecurities leak out in front of me.
I was honestly looking at myself in the mirror there, dude. I was like, man, I've had a stressful year.
There's no mirror between me and you. Stared right at
point.
You gotta see my reflection in this.
The two of you, listen to me. The two of you staring forehead to forehead with surface area for miles.
All right, relax.
Both of you capable of being in a barbershop quartet only because of the shape of your face combined with your hairline. That was a mirror you were looking into. You're always wearing a hat.
Zagaki, that's what I mean. I'm not throwing stones, man.
You guys make fun of Chris's appearance all the time.
Zagak.
So you're saying I should see myself at the Ren Fair?
Folks, the playoff season is here, and the only thing better than the game day predictions are the foods that come with them. Introducing Tums Fantasy Football Pool, brought to you by Tums, America's #1 antacid brand, and DraftKings. Each week leading up to the big game, turn football into foodball by building your best game day plate for a shot at winning a share of $40,000 in cash prizes. Inspired by game day bites and tailgate treats, join the Tums Foodball action during this playoff season's most heartburn-inducing times. Visit DraftKings.com/TumsFoodball between January 6th and February 9th to enter for free and select your game day plate before the start of each playoff round. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See terms at DraftKings.com/TumsFoodball. When you feel the heat of the game, don't let the heartburn keep you on the sidelines. Try Tums Chewy Bites with a tasty outer shell and soft center for fast relief of heartburn, acid indigestion, and upset stomach. Check out Tums Gummy Bites, featuring a soft and easy-to-chew format for fast relief of occasional heartburn, acid indigestion, sour stomach, and upset stomach. Both available at Amazon, Target, and other major retailers nationwide. And for more heartburn relief fun, be sure to follow Tums at Tums Official on Instagram and TikTok.
Hey, howdy, listener. Why don't you sit down here next to me? Let's have a fireside conversation in the winter. This is all theater of the mind anyways. If the weather outside is a little chilly, let's warm up. Let's cozy up. Not just to each other, but also to that beautiful white can of Miller Lite. That's right, make these moments even better with Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer. A new year is a perfect time for friends, family, and great tasting light beer. Tastes like Miller time. You know, as the football games get bigger, everybody's talking about hosting parties. It's always difficult. Everyone's got an opinion. Why don't you just bring out a nice cooler of Miller Lights and make everybody happy? You could be on opposite sides of the big game, but you still know that you are brought together by Miller time. Miller Lite is a great unifier. Miller Lite is brewed for taste. It hits different than other light beers. The original light beer since 1975 and still the very best one. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.